Hello YouTube, and welcome to my review of the Revoltech Date Masamune from the series Sengoku Basara. Now here's a little spoiler warning for any of you who have not seen the second season of the anime, but in the anime it is Date Masamune who kills Lord Hideyoshi, and in the video games it is Ieyasu Tokugawa who kills Lord Hideyoshi. So there are major differences between his battles in the anime and in the games. However, his character is the same in both. He still has a rivalry with Sanada Yukimura, and he's still more human than other characters in the show. Now what I mean by that is some of the other characters are rather one-dimensional. Yukimura is very naive and he's young like that. Date Masamune, however, he's an older character who's been through some hard times in his life. His subordinates really care for him, and he in return cares for them. Whenever one of them gets hurt, he gets mad, or whenever one of them does something funny, he'll laugh with them. So he's a much more human character than most of the other characters in Sengoku Basara. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into this review. For head articulation, his head can rotate 360 degrees. You just have to watch out for this hitting his collar. His head can go that far down, a little bit up, and his little armor piece that has some hair on it can go up and down as well. For torso articulation, he has one Revoltech joint right here in his stomach, which allows him to bend that far down and that far back. He can rotate 360 degrees. You just have to watch out for his swords. And if you rotate the joint, he can bend to the side like so. For arm articulation, he gets a 360 rotation, and he also gets rotation right here at the Revoltech joint. He could go all the way around, but it's hindered by his collar. And this little sleeve is a loose piece that's hanging on the joint. His arm can go that high, again hindered by the design. He has a Revoltech joint right here in his elbow, which gives him a bend about that much, and it also gives him rotation right there. And his hand is on a simple peg system, so it can rotate, and it has a hinge right there. I'm going to show you a little something interesting right here. You can take the arm off, and there's like a little rubber piece that covers the hole. So I have no idea why, but it's like a little tiny rubber piece. I guess it's to hold it in case it comes out, but other than that I don't really see a use for it. But interesting nonetheless. For leg articulation, his leg can go that far forward, 0 backwards because of his, I don't even know what to call his coat, I suppose. He has a double jointed knee, so he gets a really good bend. He gets a little bit of side-to-side movement right here, a little bit of a thigh swivel. He has a Revoltech joint for his ankle, so it can rotate 360 degrees, click up and down, rotate it, and get this side-to-side like that. So really good. And his swords are on a double Revoltech joint system, So they can ratchet anywhere you need them to be. They can rotate all around and, you know, just generally be wherever you need them to be. For accessories, he comes with two different faces. One is smiling, looking forward. The other is gritting his teeth, looking to the side. Comes with a pair of splayed open hands. A pair of weapon holding hands. As for the weapons themselves, he comes with 4 swords like this. And each set can plug together. 2 of them have pegs, 2 of them have holes, and you put them together to form that. And you can do it for both of them. Go ahead and do it to the other one as well. Like that. So you can have 2 of those. He comes with an enlarged sword. Give a little size comparison compared to the other one. Try to line up the bottom of the handle. You can see it's much bigger. And to me, this sword is completely useless because it's out of scale with everything else. And he comes with his signature 6 swords. 3 swords in each hand, using them all at the same time. Of course, these are the ones that everyone poses him with. Looks really cool. Wolverine, eat your heart out. And finally, the 6 that were on his waist are just handles. Each of them come out. Don't want to create any paradoxes, do we? Final thoughts. Date Masamune is an excellent Revoltech release, and I highly recommend it to any Sengoku Basara fans, any Date Masamune fans, or just any fans of Revoltech figures in general. You can pull off an insane amount of poses thanks to the ratcheting joints, and he will stay that way. And yes, he does have some weird leg movements, but you can easily work around them to get him into some poses like I have him in right now. And definitely a really awesome looking figure. It looks just like he did in the games and anime. So I really have to hand it to Kyoto for making a really cool release. Now, as far as pricing goes, I got this guy for $18 a year and a half ago, and he's nowhere near that cheap now. Places like eBay, I think the cheapest I saw was like $75. Even at that price, I would kind of recommend getting him if you were a fan of him. But definitely, if you find one for under $50, buy him immediately, because he is so worth it. As of this moment, I would say he is probably my favorite Revoltech action figure. So with that, I'll see you at the next review.